So you just saw my weigh-in, 142.2. Not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed because I was hoping for a loss, but I am really stoked. It's not a gain, it's still the same, and this is a process. It does take a long time, so that initial 5-pound drop might have set my expectations unrealistically high. So I'm not upset about it. I'm not mad at myself. I know I didn't do anything off plan. I hit my macros, I hit my water, I took my supplements, I worked out. So what I'm going to do this week to ensure a loss is not a whole lot. I'm really just trying to be patient and give my body time to acclimate to what I am doing. The only adjustment that I will be making is for my cardio. After my lift, my cool down cardio, I'll just be adding on an extra 5 to 10 minutes at the end of every session. And so that will give me an extra hour's worth of cardio, which is really just going to end up being like an extra 400 or 500 calories burned. So like 1/7 of a pound. So nothing crazy, but what it will do is get my body out of the comfort zone that it is in, especially having to do with cardio, because as I said in a previous video, I've been very consistent with my cardio the entire time. Whether or not my nutrition has been on point, my workouts have been, and that includes cardio. So like I said, not upset, trying to just keep pushing forward and see how it goes, and just hang in there, baby. It's a long process, which is part of why I get so mad at myself when I spiral off, because I am very fully aware that my 6 weeks of diet break is going to take about 4+ months to get myself back to where I was, and that's really frustrating. So it's almost like self-sabotage, and I think that I might have a more deeper rooted emotional reasoning behind why I continue to do that. So that's also something that I should be exploring. Anyway, I bet you can't guess what I'm about to do. It's gonna be very shocking. I'm about to go hit up the gym. I'm gonna get some shoulder work in today and really foam roll and stretch out. My hamstrings are feeling it from deads I did 2 days ago. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. All right, well, let's see what this day brings. Happy Friday! Happy Friday, y'all. So, today is one of my rest days from lifting. I take 2 days off a week from lifting. One is a full rest day in which I sloth mode hard, and well, in my dreams, but as much as a mom can. And then the second day I do a full cardio. So today I am trying to get done 1 hour of cardio. I don't know if I will do it all right now, because I can do it at my house on my elliptical too. Just prefer the treadmill, plus there's this awesome view I want to show you. So let's get to it. tempting seeing all of those machines empty and nobody lifting weights like per usual. It's really tempting to go there and try and lift the things, but I know that my body needs the time, so I'm taking it easy. Oh, ooh. Sorry, fam. Yeah, so it was good. 30 minutes, 35 minutes done. That means I have 30 to 25 minutes left to go later today. Probably just do the elliptical at my house. I was getting annoyed because I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi and I don't want to waste my data. I fucking hate Sprint. PS. Anyway, kind of a tangent. Looking forward to going home and relaxing. I'm going to, I don't know what today. I have to go to the grocery store at some point. I have like laundry and random crap to do. I have mom projects to do for Valentine's Day, which is kind of fun. Now that my kids are getting older, I can actually do cool stuff like send them to school with Valentines and like little mailbox receiver holder things. Anyway, I apologize if it's really windy in this clip. It is windy out today. I swear to God, Texas can't make up its mind. Is it nice and beautiful or is it cold as shit? I can't tell. Anyway, let's get the rest of the day started. I can barely breathe. All I wanna do is to fall in love. Creatine is a supplement that I take every day, whether or not it's a rest day, a full rest day, cardio only day, it doesn't matter. Creatine is not something that I cycle off of and good all the time. This one is fruit punch flavored. It's very tasty, and bodybuilding.com a lot of times has these ones on sale, so check that out. You know what I hate so much? Back fat. Because you can't fucking suck it in. It infuriates me so much when I wear a bra and like I can see, like, here, let's see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Like, first of all, I know that this shirt's a little bit see-through, but you can see like the fat kind of spilling over. I fucking hate that. You know, I actually remember that feeling and looking at my back fat in the mirror like that. When I very first started my journey at the very beginning of 2015, I remember looking at the back fat and having that be one of the biggest motivators of like, oh shit, I'm letting this get out of control. I have boobs on my back is literally what I thought. I had boobs on my back. That's like a random thought, but still trying to fight that fucking back fat. You can't control where your body will be predisposed to store fat. You cannot spot reduce fat. You can't just be like, okay, well, I'm good with how everything looks except for my back fat, except for my tummy, except for my arms, etc., whatever it is, and then expect to do like a million crunches and that'll get rid of your stomach, or like a bunch of lat pull downs and that'll get rid of your back fat. Working the specific muscle in that area will help strengthen that muscle, but it does nothing to tell your body, hey, use the fat storage that you have right in this area. I always say weight loss is kind of like peeling an onion. It comes off layer by layer, somewhat evenly at least. You'll notice where you tend to lose it first is the places that you gain it last, and vice versa. The place that you lose it last is the place that you gain it first. So it's really frustrating because if you're like, yes, finally, my legs are starting to lean out, I'm starting to look good, I'm starting to be happy about this, and then you take a step back and something happens and whatever happens, like me, and you spiral and all of a sudden you're back and your legs are the first things to plump back up. It's just fucking nature. It's the way your body works. It's genetic, and there's nothing you can do about that except for recognize it and learn to just accept it and not be mad at yourself for it, not be mad at your body for it. Realize you're not doing anything wrong. Your body's just gonna do what it's gonna do. Good morning, lovelies. It is 6:31 a.m. on Saturday and we're about to walk to the fitness center. It's early, but I don't mind it being this early. I even actually had somewhat of a tough night last night. Like, my 3-year-old just would not go back to sleep. It was like 3 in the morning. It's hard to get mad at her because she's 3 and she doesn't understand the concept of a schedule or the fact that I have goals and I want to be up and doing legs early. Like, she doesn't know, and I'm not going to use her as an excuse to not go either because I still need to get it done. So Yeah, apologies for this horrible lighting. I'm using my cell phone to illuminate me now. I only have about an hour to get all of this done. So, legs and then probably cardio at home afterwards. That was 5 minutes. Just to warm up. I'm gonna stretch. What's up, YouTube fam? Coming at you with another leg day. Here you just see me doing some hip mobility work, just really trying to get loose, and some body weight sumo stance squats, just like I said, trying to warm up before I go into some heavy squats. So here you see me really trying to push that bar into my back, find that shelf, and this is important in this movement, especially because you really use the bar as a stabilizer behind you. What you're going to do is kind of step forward out about 3 steps and then put your feet together and really lean back into the bar. It almost simulates the stance of a hack squat machine, if you're familiar with that. Here I am moving into my working sets. I believe I did 4 sets of 12 reps at 135, I'm pretty sure here. So this is actually one of my favorite movements for really activating my glutes. The deep stretch I feel in my hamstrings is just so good on this movement. So it's one of my favorite kind of variations of a squat, and it's really great on Smith machine. Here you see me getting into the adductor or abductor machine. This one actually can be set to do both. Doing it this way just gives me a deeper stretch, and really I feel it in my glutes as opposed to my outer thigh when I'm sitting the other way. So don't be afraid to play around with the machines and such. Now I am just doing some body weight calf raises to superset the movement, and doing it on an elevated surface like this really gives you the ability to get that nice stretch in there and a full range of motion. Moving on to a seated leg extension. This machine again actually does leg extensions and leg curls, so I had to reset it. So you really want to focus on exploding up in your movement and then controlling it back down, fighting against the gravity. This is called resisting the negative of the movement. After I finished my set of leg extensions, I went ahead and supersetted that with some sumo stance dumbbell squats. These are pretty straightforward and simple. The key to these is really squeezing at the top of the movement. Small pause and go down, small pause and go down, but make sure that you squeeze those glutes. I also feel this a lot in my outer thigh. Here we go for another sumo stance leg press, again to target outer thigh and glutes. That was really my main focus of this workout. And after these leg presses, I went ahead and finished up with a superset of ham glute raise and squat jumps. It was a good workout, but I gotta get home. Husband has to go to work, and I have to be a mom because, you know, my kids don't sleep in on the weekends because fucking irony. I don't know why. Maybe when they're like 13. But anyway, yeah, so it was good. And I don't know, that's about all I got for you. So let's see if anything else interesting happens today. And if it does, I'll try and film it. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so story time real quick. When I was in the gym, at one point I was supersetting between the dual arm unilateral seated cable row machine, and then right next to it the end of the giant cable structure, the adjustable that you can move either to the top of the structure or the bottom of the structure. So I was going back and forth between those two. That's what supersetting means. And at one point, this older man came up and tried to put an attachment on the end piece of the cable machine. And I just turned, like in the middle of my other set, I just turned to him and said, hey, I'm still using that, like really polite, really fine. He got super pissed and walked away. And I was just kind of standing there still doing my set and like thinking about it. When somebody is in the middle of doing sets and you want to use it, first of all, you should probably wait. But second of all, look around and see if there are other machines or pulleys that you can use that will do the exact same movement for you. Like, had he looked around, the opposite side of the cable structure was free. So there was no need for him to get pissed or walk away or change his plans or anything else like that. So I guess the whole point of this story time is just kind of be aware. And a lot of times gyms have duplicates so that people aren't standing around waiting for other people. And also, there's no need to get pissed in the gym. There's just like no reason for it. If you're there and you're going to be doing a whole bunch of movements and somebody is taking up your space or using the dumbbell weight that you wanted, just think outside of the box. Use a plate instead of the dumbbell. Use cables instead of the dumbbell, instead of the plates. Use an easy curl bar instead of the actual barbell. The gym is equipped with so many different pieces that you can use and alternate in. There's no reason to be standing around waiting or watching somebody pissed as they work out. Later, that same guy came by, and this time he asked if I was using like whatever, one of the machines next to me, and I said, no, that's all you, go ahead. And he started to walk away pissed again. So I actually took off my headphone this time and said, hey, I said you could use it. I said, no, as in, no, I'm not using it. Yes, go ahead. And he turned around and the pissed look instantly like wiped off of his face, and he was just like, oh, okay. And he sat down and he started using the machine. So I mean, I don't know, just I guess my point is there was no reason for him to be pissed, and I just fucking want to work out. And that was a really long story time with no real ending. Anyway, other than that, it was a really great workout, and I posted it on my Instagram, so if you want to check it out, go look for it. Otherwise, we're going to go home and do all the dishes and all the laundry and all the crap that's been piled up since I have been sick for the last 2 days, because mom life. All right, have a good one.